Thank you, Avorians, for tuning into this video. I'm going to try to make this nice and short and sweet. The markets have already been open for almost 4 hours now. It's just approaching about 8 o'clock. The markets open up 4 p.m. CST. And to be honest, this is my third time doing this video. I think I got it this time. Before we dive into my personal settings that I am using this week on Alexander and Einstein, I do have to read this risk disclosure quick here. So just give me a minute on this. Foreign exchange trading and or use of trading software carries a high level of risk that may not be suitable for all investors. Leverage creates additional risk and loss exposure. Before you decide to trade or engage with these, carefully consider your investment objectives, experience level, and risk tolerance. You can lose some or all of your initial investment. Do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Educate yourself on the risks associated with foreign exchange trading. This channel is by Jesse Kammer, me, your host. And for educational and or informational purposes only, and the views and statements made are not a representation of Avoria Prime's opinions. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. Subscribers can choose to track this information or choose not to at their own discretion. The purpose of this channel is to demonstrate how using specific strategies impact my trading results. Please consult a licensed financial advisor if you have any questions. My settings and choices to accept or decline trade suggestions are mine only and no recommendation of any kind. Another disclaimer on top of this is there is absolutely no sharing of any type of content that is posted in this Telegram channel. There is a zero risk tolerance. So if I find out that someone has been sharing this content outside of this channel, you will be removed from the channel, okay? So please, keep everything inside this channel. If you do want to share it with someone, then you can get them added to this channel and they can view this content through the Telegram channel themselves. With that being said, let's dive into what settings I'm running with Alexander and Einstein this week. Let's start off with Einstein. Now, this is a template that I personally use to help me determine how many levels deep I can go before I actually get a margin call on my account. Now, I'm just using an example of a $12,000 account. The current account that I have running right now on Einstein and Alexander, Einstein is around $1,300. Alexander is around $1,400. So this is, I use this and I can just scale it to my account balance at that time. So as you can see here, in the top left-hand corner, underneath account balance that says currency pairs 2. I am only running one currency pair this week, and that is going to be GBP/NZD. Why I have 2 in the currency pairs is because the software has 4 types of trades that it places. It will place a buy trend, a buy counter, a sell trend, and a sell counter. So with that being said, I could potentially have open 4 trades per level. So I want to make sure I incorporate that in my risk here so that if I start to acquire drawdown, that it's incorporated in my risk settings here, right? So potentially, for example, if I have 2 sell positions open up and the market kept going up, it will keep placing those hedges. So that kind of gives you a little explanation. I'm going to do a deeper dive into how I gathered this data, right? How I came up with the settings I did come up with. If you all can send me your questions that'd be greatly appreciated so then I can get those answered. There will be a later video diving deep into the in-depth details of how I figured out that these settings were going to work best for me. So just know that I am only running one currency pair. I have two up in this currency pair list because Einstein and Alexander, more so Einstein, does open up 2 trades per level at times. Starting lot size, for Einstein, I am running a 0.01 per $1,000 in my account. On Alexander, I'm going to be running a 0.01 per $500 in my account. And I'll show you that in a second once we dive through these rest of the settings. I am using a trailing equity this week. My trailing equity start is going to be 4%. My trail equity by percent is going to be 2%. So once I reach a 4% gain on my account, the trail equity will be triggered and it will follow my equity start by 2%. I am going to be trading all week, so I want this to make sure I run all week. The total account equity at risk percent is going to be 60%. I am using this as my hard stop loss. And this is simply stating that I am willing to risk up to 60% of my account. When I look at this chart up here, level 5, if I were to go to a level 5 trade, I would be in 57%. And if I were to open up that next level, level 6, that would be 102%, which would cause a margin call. So I want to make sure that that does not happen. I don't want to lose 100% of my account. I am willing, though, to risk 60% of my account. The range between levels that I personally use is 77. The max number of levels that I'm using is 6. The moving average period is the default. The trading on 4-digit broker, is on a default. Range multiplier, 1.15. Position size multiplier, 1.35. Max lot size would be 0.55 for this account. So, a $12,000 account, that I got the 0.55 by using this Excel sheet up here, indicating that my level 5 would be the max lot size of 0.55. Must hedge positions before using dual sequences, yes. And this is a new setting here. Remove stop loss from trades, yes. This is a very important setting for me because when Einstein or Alexander is opening up these trades, when I'm using a higher level range, I can see that if I were to open up a level 3, the default stop loss at 250 pips would be triggered for my level 0. But when I look at this, my account would only be in 14% drawdown at that time. So why would I want my level 0 trades to close out when I know I'm only in 14% drawdown? So I have stop losses removed. So this completely removes the stop losses, and I'm really solely using the total account equity risk percent as my hard stop loss. This way, I am giving the software room to hedge out of a position that could potentially go against me. I am trading through all news events. Through my testing phase of 9 months, I have ran through all types of news events: high impacting news events, low impacting news events, medium impacting news events. I am trading, I start trading on Sunday, hour 23, and we're trading all week long. So hour 23 is going to be 2 hours after the market opens up. And again, I'm running this on a 1-minute time frame. So now that you guys can kind of see, what could now that I, showing you the potential outcome of what my account could do, let's go ahead and dive into and look and see how the software is actually performing, because the markets have been open up actually for a little bit now. So let's go ahead and look at Alexander here. And as you can see, this is Alexander. I have already accepted some trades. And we're going to go ahead and go to my back office here. And I'm going to just go ahead and refresh. And I don't have any trades to accept. I've already accepted them. But next time I do get some trades that I can accept, I'll go ahead and make another video and show you the way that I look at the markets to determine if I should accept a buy or a sell. So stay tuned for that. And as you can see here, let's go ahead and pull up these settings, right? The Alexander account, we have all those settings that I just listed. And I am running a little more of aggressive a lot size than my Ainstein account because I have full control over Alexander. So I'm running a 0.03. That's roughly around 0.01 per $500 in my account, just under about $20. And I have, removed those stop losses. So let's go ahead and see if we closed any trades this week so far, which I think we might have maybe closed one. Go ahead and sort this by time. And in fact, we have. So on 05/25, that is today, I closed out a buy position for $1.04 profit. I entered in another buy position, and then I have a sell position here. So like I said, when I have more trades to be accepted, I will go ahead and record another short video to show you how I break down the currency pair, how I do my analysis, and how I actually decide if I'm going to be accepting buys or sells. So those are the settings that I am running this week with Alexander. And as you can see here, we have a trade actually in profit. There's that trailing stop loss put in place. That might actually get triggered, but I'm not really worried. I'm going to let that play out. The next one I want to show you is my Ainstein account. So for Ainstein, again, go ahead and I can click and show you these settings. The only thing different on this account here is that instead of running a 0.01 per $500, I'm actually running a 0.01 per $1,000 in my account. Now, as you can see here, I have only $1,300 in my account, so I just kind of, kept it at the 0.01. Once this hits $2,000, or maybe next week, I'll change it up to be a little more conservative or a little bit more aggressive. We'll see how this week plays out. There is no high impacting news this week, so it should be a fairly great week to run a little more aggressive, in my opinion. And those are the settings that I'm running for Ainstein. And we'll kind of plays out. Again, 1 minute time frame. Let me go ahead and look at some of these stats. We've closed out some trades. See there. Let's go ahead and go to the account history. We've closed 3 trades already. So I've only been trading actually since 6 p.m. Central Time. It's just about to be 8 o'clock, so about 2 hours. I've already closed out 3 trades for profit. I'm in a sell position and a buy position. Now, sometimes you'll actually see that there'll be buys and sells, and I might actually have 2 buys open and 2 sells open. When that example does come up and I see that happening on my account, I will try to create a video to show you that as an example. There's nothing to really worry about. We'll see how this week kind of plays out. Again, I wanted to make this kind of a short video just showing you the settings that I'm currently running for this week. And I will be compiling a bunch of questions together, and I will provide insight on how I gathered the data, how I came up that these were the settings in pair to run what I thought was best to run going forward. And just to show, the stop losses are, removed. I can kind of zoom out here. You don't see any of those stop losses. On average with Einstein, I have personally been seeing on average probably about 80 trades per week. With Alexander, I don't check my back office as frequently as I would like, probably maybe every couple hours. I just go in there, take maybe 5 minutes to do an analysis of the chart, and then I can decide if I want to approve a trade or deny the trade. So now that you guys know my settings, you can make the decision for yourself if you would like to follow my lead. If you have any more questions, go ahead and send me a message, and I will be gladly to answer those. As always, may the trades be with you all.